Here we are in section 5-2, exercises 18 through 22, word problems. Notice here in the instructions it says for the following problems, write an equation with a variable, then solve it. And notice this is what we're doing. We're taking it out of the English language and we are duping it, finding all the data, highlighting the data, unknown. Identify that variable and put a letter in there for what you don't know. Then plan, how do they add, subtract, multiply together, and what do they equal, which makes an equation. Yeah, if you have an equation, you are then in happy math land. Let's put that there. Oh, good. And let's put a smiley face right there. Because right now, if you get to that place right there, equation, bam, you know it, baby. We got it. So let's do it. So 27. So notice the data, 27 and 6 and 3. And notice a number. That's our variable right there. We don't know what that number is. So let's use the letter N to represent that. So as we think about it, is means equals. More than is a plus sign. And then 3 times, that's times a number. So let's write that out. 27 is 6 more than 3 times dot a number. So that's 3n. Look at that. That's an equation. We know how to solve that. Let's get rid of the addition and subtraction here. So subtract 6, and we're left with 3n equals 27 minus 6 is 21. How do we get rid of the 3? Divide by 3, divide by 3, n equals 7. That's our number. Our number is 7. Notice you could do this. 27 is 6 more than 3 times 7, and it works. It makes sense. Good. Number 18. 18 less than. Caution on less than. It does mean subtract, but it actually means subtracted from. That's important. So this is a minus, but it's minus 18 from 5 times a number. So that's our variable, n, 5 times the number. So you see how it's 5n minus 18 because it's 18 less than 5 times the number is 52. Let's put that over here. 5n minus 18 equals 52. Can we solve that guy? Yeah, happy math land. Add 18 to both sides. Add 18. 18 is now gone, so we get 5n equals 70. And divide by 5. Divide by 5. N equals 70 divided by 5. I know it goes in nice. 5 goes into 7 once. That's 5. Subtract, we get 2, 0, 4. 14. N is 14. Good. Number 20. 7 less than. So again, that is a minus sign, but it's subtracted from. So we're going to hit 7 less than 6 times Cassidy's age. So that's going to be our variable. So Cassidy's age, 6 times Cassidy's age, 7 less than that, is equal to, equals 53. Good, there's our equation. Let's come over here. We've got a little bit of room and solve it. 6c minus 7 equals 53. Yeah, notice once we've translated this into an equation, boom, 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 we go through it. Add 7, and we get 6c equals 60. Well, Cassidy is in, let me see, divide by 6, and Cassidy is 10. How old is Cassidy? 10 years old. Or 10 months in that case. Yeah. All right, number 21. You plan to make a trip in which you will drive 115 miles. Notice this is a distance. And this is a speed or rate. And how long will the trip take? This is a time. So when we get to planning this, we need to use the formula rate times time equals distance, or distance equals rate times time. So we've got to use this formula, and it's the first time we're going to think through it because we know the rate times time equals distance, because it doesn't tell us in here, are we going to add those numbers or multiply them, but the formula that we already know tells us how it's got to happen. So distance is 115 miles. So it's going to be 115 in for D. Constant speed of rate, that's 70. So 70 times t equals 115. How long will the trip take? So we got to find t and round the nearest tenth of an hour. Okay, so we've got to divide these. We have an equation. Divide to get t by itself. Okay, so t equals 115 divided by 70. Let's use what we know. Put that over there, put that over there. So it's really 7 goes into 11.5. 7 goes into 11 one time. 7. Subtract and we get 4. 5. Put the decimal there. 7 goes into 45 6 times, gives us a 42. Subtract and we get a 3. Drop down a 0. Goes into it 4 times. We needed that number so we could round to the nearest tenth. 1.6 hours. Great. That's number 21. Yeah, 1.6 hours. Okay, what number are we on? Number 22. Aurora has a mix of quarters and dimes. She knows the total value of the money. Now remember, in this case, the value of the money would be, without even knowing any numbers or anything, would be 0.25 times Q plus 0.1 times D. That's quarters and dimes. We'll add up to the total value. So 2120 is the total value here. 21.2 equals. She quickly sees that there are 7 dimes. So 7 goes in there. So we have 0.25Q plus 0.1 times 7. Well, it makes sense if you think about it. We've got 2120 and 70 cents of that. So times that out, simplify it. You have 70 cents right there. Let's write down 0.7. So we subtract 0.7 from both sides, 0.7, which means $20.50 are in quarters. And so we divide by this 0.25, divide by 0.25. Oh boy, this might get, it has to come out even, doesn't it? Let's try it. 20.5 divided by 0.25. So we can go 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's really 25 goes into 2050. 25 goes into 20. No, 25 goes into 200. Let me see. 2 goes into 28 times. I'm going to try 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. Hey, look, I got really close. So drop the 5 down. Drop down the 0 right there. 25 goes into 50 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. Hey, look, it comes out nice. Yeah, because she had 7 dimes, she could go backwards and say, oh, we've got $20.50, divide it by the 25 cents, and that tells you we have 82 quarters. So how many quarters? 82 quarters. Cool. Look at that.